I have my inflatable air mat blowing up right now, so I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Where I got it, how much it cost, what I use it for, what it's advertised for, all this stuff. I'll put descriptions, links, whatever, so you guys can see that stuff as well if you're curious. So I do martial arts tricking. I don't have a spring floor, and I don't have a place that I can go to pretty regularly that's at least close by. So I got this for myself. It is a 13 foot by 13 foot with a 4-inch thick inflatable air mat, advertised for wrestling. And so I got it to trick on. I'm going to talk more about it as we get closer to it, but that's basically all you need to know about it. 4 inches thick, PVC, 13 feet by 13 feet. It is a square. I found it on Amazon for sale for about $400. It is currently $500, not on sale, and it works pretty sweet. Other competitors I found from legitimate websites are around $1,000. That's including shipping and stuff like that. I didn't think that was worth it, considering most of the time the products are made the same, just sold from a cheaper retailer. So I got this, and I've had it for about 2 to 3 weeks now, and it works pretty well. Some things I wanted to mention about it that I'll talk about as well as we go. Because it is 4 inches thick only, and I am 240 pounds, I have a lot of pressure going down, and I bottom out with just the pump that it came with. By the way, the pump only pumps up to about 1.2, 1.3 PSI because it moves air fast, but it does not put a lot of pressure in it. So I had to buy a separate pump and do a 2-pump system. In fact, that second pump I think is just about done. So we're gonna continue this over there so you guys can see that. So I've just switched over to my second pump so I can get that little bit higher pressure in it so I don't bottom out or anything now. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it. Already mentioned 13 by 13, $400 on sale, $500 not on Amazon. 4 inches thick, PVC, plastic material, that's great. For the pump that I'm using for that high pressure, I found that getting a stand-up paddleboard pump was best. And the problem with those though, is that it's got that weird car jack plug, so you do have to get an adapter for that. Now I did go through 3 pumps. This is my 3rd one. So far seems to be working the best. The first one was all right, but it burned out really quick. I used it probably 3 times and then it was done. Second one, I couldn't even get air through it. It just was so slow that it was taking like 30 minutes and it did not register the PSI at all, so it kept turning off as well. So I could only run it for about 3 to 5 minutes before it turned off, and then I had to do it again, run that cycle through. So this new paddleboard pump that I have seems to be working pretty well so far. It's a little bit faster than your standard, but it still pumps up that high pressure. It goes up, I wanna say, to kind of a crazy high PSI, but I'm only using it for about 5, so I don't need it. I might actually just go up to 20. Either way, it works great. It's made for those inflatable rafts or inflatable boats. So it moves air decently quick for a pump, but it also has that high pressure. Now, I also want to talk about how I'm protecting my mat. I have it out in the elements. You know, it gets direct sunlight. There's not a lot of shade except for about 6 in the afternoon, which it is right now, and it only just barely starts to hit it. So what do I do to protect it throughout the day? Well, I have a tarp. That's it, plain and simple. I have a couple rocks to lay it down. It's a 15 by 15 tarp, so I've got a little extra space on all sides, so it works pretty well. There's not a lot of rain or anything like that, so I really just need to protect it from the weather, from the direct sunlight, so that's what that tarp is for. I do leave it uninflated or deflated throughout the day, so it doesn't, ruin the glue, ruin the material or anything like that, because heat will expand that air. So if I leave it inflated, it could inflate, increase the PSI in there by quite a few PSI and potentially even damage the material or weaken the glue as well that holds it together, and then it just ruins it. So I leave it deflated, just unplug it, push the button, let the air come out naturally. It does take a little bit longer to pump it up, so I just gotta be a little bit more prepared for that. As far as underneath it, I have it on concrete, not on grass or anything like that. It is fully level concrete. That's why I like it. I fully cleaned the area to prep it, swept it, hosed it off, all that stuff, cleaned it to make sure that nothing was happening. But I also have 2 layers of rubber mats. One of them my friend already had. It's a high density, it's a very dense piece of rubber. And then I have just the typical 1/2-inch foam mats that you can get for a gym, the puzzle mats that kind of just interlink together. And I have that. So it protects it from the ground so it doesn't scratch, scrape, or anything like that. And also protects me if I do end up bottoming out. I'm not hitting concrete. I was originally just going with that high density rubber, but when I did bottom out, it still kind of hurt, protected the mat, but hurt me a little bit. So I threw in that extra half foam. It's softer, not as thick, but it is softer, so it does work. But I'm not even bottoming out at all, so works totally fine. If you have questions, let me know. I'd be happy to make more of a video, but There's really not much I can think of to say, so that's it for now. So before I get the other pump on, I wanted to show you kind of what it does. Now this isn't fully pumped up for what that can do, but it's basically there. So if you notice how far in my feet are sinking, just this, that bouncing, I can feel the bottom already. So anything more powerful than a backflip where I'm not careful about the landing, I will definitely touch the ground. So I'm gonna throw the second pump on. That is a high pressure pump. So I'm gonna get that set up and then we'll continue talking about it. So I'm back real quick before we get started with the session. I just wanna show you guys, the difference in, whatever the original pump was compared to what I have now. So I did, again, the 2-pump system. The first pump moves air fast. The second one moves it to high pressure. So I just wanna show you guys real quick, just the bounce. 4.5 PSI. I'm not touching the ground at all. Like I said, I do like to normally go to 5, but couldn't be bothered. I'm not doing anything crazy, so I figured 4.5 works. I don't know why it's off tilt, off canter.
All American. First team, bitch. Yeah. I got a fake ID and a checklist. It goes, never meet a girl on Craigslist, and never spend your money on a necklace. 3 square meals, homie, gotta have breakfast. Real shit, she be paying for the date. I be on my Will Smith, enemy estate. Keep my friends close, keep my enemies away. Like they on repellent, they so jealous. I'ma do shit that just piss them off. Say you never heard me, it's yo lost. They biting on my freestyles. They tell me make my money frontin' on that weed style. I tell them I be too old for it, and I gave my brother my ID. She independent, bet these bitches never find me. I hope they don't find him though, cause they be knocking on my door, now they looking through my window. Tell me what you really want from me. Point blank, no discussion. Close mouth, ow. I'll give it to you, no interruption. And tell me one time that you want me. I promise that I won't say nothing. Shut it up, shut it up. I'll give it to you, no interruption. And you're home, oh. On the phone